just figured. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight's middle school swim meet. We have leading off the mixed 14 years old and under 200-yard medley relay. Looks like the swimmers will be beginning with the backstroke. We have in lane 2 Braylee Berkey, lane 3 Jonas Woodall, lane 4 Tilly Spangler, lane 5 Ella Fulton, lane 6, Addison Durst. Lane 7, Dylan Rayner. Rounding out the teams in lane 2, led off by Braylee Berkey, who will be followed by Aaron Lewis, then Kendall Buckner, anchored by Addie Miller. In lane 3, for the Newark team, lead off Jonas Woodall, followed by Sammy Nybert. Then Addison Kane, anchored by Hannah Gingras. In lane 4, led off by Tilly Spangler, followed by Elijah Mail, followed by Gracie Rush, anchored by Wyatt Stokes. Lane 5 for St. Clairsville, lead off is Ella Fulton, followed by Payson Stupak, then Abby Brocklehurst, anchored by Cassidy Coslow. In lane 6 for Tri-Valley, leadoff was Addison Durst, followed by Caden Blake, then Colin Buckner, anchored by Hannah Bobb. And rounding out our race in lane 7 for Tri-Valley, leadoff was Dylan Rayner, followed by Hayden Weck, Dara Wilson, and anchored by Stormy Miller. I believe all of our second leg are in right now, swimming the breaststroke. We have in the lead in lane 3 for Newark, Sammy Nybert. She has touched the wall. Addison Kane is now in lane 3 for Newark, currently in the lead. Second place appears to belong to lane 2. Aaron Lewis has touched and now sends Kendall Buckner in. In lane 5, we now have Abby Brocklehurst in lane 3 as they swim the butterfly leg. Rounding out our race, we now have all of the third legs in the pool. In lane 2 would be Kendall Buckner, lane 3 Addison Kane, lane 4 Gracie Rush, lane 5 Abby Brocklehurst, lane 6 Colin Buckner, and lane 7 Dara Wilson. Lane 3 sending their anchor into the pool now, Hannah Gingras in lane 3 for Newark. Hot on her tails in lane 2 for Tri-Valley is Addie Miller. Can Addie catch her? Stay tuned. In lane 5, we have their anchor in now for St. Clairsville, Cassidy Coslow. That rounds out first, second, third place. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a battle in lanes 3 and lane 2, Newark versus Tri-Valley. I think that's the Wildcats again. Another cat versus dog battle. Feline versus canine. It's going to come down to the wire. Addie Miller, lane 2. Hannah Gingras, lane 3. Who's going to touch first? According to the scoreboard, it is. I don't think our scoreboard's right, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't tell. It was a battle between lane 2, Addie Miller, and lane 3, Hannah Gingras. Rounding out in lane 4, Wyatt Stokes. For, I believe, Maysville. Lane 5 for St. Clairsville, Cassidy Coslow. Lane 6 for Tri-Valley, Hannah Bobb. And lane 7, Stormy Miller, anchoring out. Our next race is Heat 2. Heat 2. This is all 8 lanes. Lane 1, St. Clairsville. Lane 2, Maysville. Lane 3, John Glenn. Lane 4, Tri-Valley. Lane 5, Watkins Memorial. Lane 6, Philo. Lane 7, Newark. Lane 8, Tri-Valley. Ladies and gentlemen, for the practices in helping to prevent the spread of COVID, when the swimmers complete their race, they will enter back into the pool again, swim to the far end, and exit. Heat 2 of 2 is coming up. I have some abbreviations on my paperwork, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a WMMS. We're trying to figure out which school that is for sure. I think it may be Maysville, but I'm not 100% sure. Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies. I think it's West Muskingum. Sorry about that. Here are the swimmers. Leading off in lane 1, Lucy Banks. Lane 2, Michael McClellan. Lane 3, John Glenn. Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 4, Annika Collette. Lane 5, Elena Gebhardt. Lane 6, Rory Pletcher. Lane 7, Iris Woodall. And lane 8, Elena Roberts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the pause. I'm not sure what's going on right now. Just to give you guys some updates, thank you. If you have questions, please post them on the comments and we'll answer them. And right now, my apologies. I usually try to go through this. We just got a quick start. You'll see superimposed on your screen is our scoreboard. Those results are unofficial. Sometimes they do malfunction. The lanes, we have 8 lanes. Lane number 1 will be at the top of your screen. Lane number 8 is the closest one to you at the bottom of the screen. This is heat 2 of 2, mixed 14 and under 200-yard medley relay. This is event 1, heat 2. On the scoreboard, the events and the heats will be posted there as well too. So this is event 1, mixed 14 and under 200-yard medley relay, heat 2 of 2. We have currently in the lead in lane 4 for Tri-Valley is Annika Collette, followed by lane 7, Newark, Iris Woodall. Rounding out our swimmers, lane 1 for St. Clairsville. Their team is led off by Lucy Banks, followed by Luke Stack, Claire Dobbenmeyer, anchored by Raya Newell. In lane 2 for Maysville, leadoff is Michael McClellan, followed by Kane Nethers, Leela Hawk, anchored by Owen Rusnak. In lane 3 for John Glenn Middle School, leadoff was Ozzie McDaniel, followed by Brody Tuttle, Liam Clinard, anchored by Michael Cohen. Lane 4 for Tri-Valley, Annika Collette, followed by Sarah Jacoby, Savannah Brooks, anchored by AJ Lawler. In lane 5 for West Muskingum, leadoff was Elena Gebhardt, followed by Avery Sloan, Lucy Thorne, anchored by Parker Roberts. In lane 6 for Philo, leadoff Rory Pletcher, followed by Mallory Crooks. then Riley Crooks, anchored by Reese Lambert. In lane 7 for Newark, leadoff Iris Woodall, followed by Leighton Ricketts, Marin Hatfield, and anchored by Maddie Johnson. In lane 8 for Tri-Valley, leadoff Elena Roberts, followed by Eli McDonald, Erica Lewis, and anchored by Owen Harney. Ladies and gentlemen, in lane 7, in the freestyle leg, the last leg, and in lane 4 for Tri-Valley, AJ Lawler appears to be first place with a time of 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Second place looks like it's going to go to lane 7 for Newark, Maddie Johnson, rounding out their race with a time of 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Again, your teams in the lanes. Lane 1 is at the top of your screen, St. Clairsville. Lane 2, Maysville. Lane 3, John Glenn. Lane 4, Tri-Valley. Lane 5, West Muskingum. Lane 6, Philo. Lane 7, Newark. And Lane 8, Tri-Valley. Looks like third place, according to our scoreboard, went to lane 1, St. Clairsville, who was anchored by Ryan Newell with a time of 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. These medleys are fast and furious. 8 times 4, if my math is right. I think that's 32 people, 32 names inside of 2.5 minutes. Do the best I can. Thank you for your patience. Our next event, event number 2, is mixed 14 and under 200-yard freestyle. This is scheduled for 1 heat. We have 3 swimmers on the heat sheet provided to me. Swimming in lane 3 for St. Clairsville will be Lucy Banks. In lane 4 for Newark, Iris Woodall. In lane 5, also for Newark, Leighton Ricketts. Ladies and gentlemen, part of the reason for the late start is I've tried to go around to the coaches to get correct pronunciations. If I am mispronouncing one of your swimmers' names, if you can spell it phonetically in the comments, we will correct it. My apologies. I certainly mean respect to all the swimmers. We are glad to have everyone here. While this may be representing Tri-Valley and Tri-Valley's home, we certainly appreciate every team that has come out and all the swimmers. Wish them all well. Hope that they all do really good. We also would like to send out our thank you to the Muskingum County Y for allowing Tri-Valley to host this meet. And we're glad that you could be a part of tonight's middle school swim meet. It is also brought to you by GOML, Get On My Level Ministries. John chapter 3, verse 30. When asked about Jesus and his ministry, John the Baptist replied, "He must increase, but I must decrease." We thank you again for tuning in. One of the things that you will see, the starting blocks are to the right on your screen. We have the scoreboard superimposed. The scoreboard is unfortunately not official. Unfortunately, it does malfunction at times. It's just the nature of that equipment. Sometimes it just doesn't catch when they touch. You'll notice that at the starting blocks, there are people that have stopwatches around their necks. They are the official timers. At least one is assigned for each lane. You should be able to find results at tvdogs.swimtopia. I believe that's a .com. Also, in speaking with the coaches, many of you can find out if you want more information about middle school swim. You can go to your school's Facebook page or your school's website, and you should be able to track down information there. If nothing's posted there, reach out to your school's athletic director, and I'm sure they can put you in touch with one of the coaches. I'm not sure what the pause is for now, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm sure that we will get started again with our next event. Is scheduled to be event 2, mixed 14 and under, 200-yard freestyle. We have 3 swimmers scheduled for this. If one of them is your swimmer coming up, Lucy Banks, Iris Woodall, Leighton Ricketts. If one of them is the reason you're watching, stay tuned in. They'll be in the next race. Ladies and gentlemen, for our swim meet tonight, we have the following schools represented. For the St. Clairsville Aqua Devils, registered to swim tonight is Lucy Banks, Abby Brocklehurst, Cassidy Costlow, Claire Daubenmeyer, Calvin Drusen, Ella Fulton, Carly Higgins, Ryan Newell, Luke Stack, and Payson Stupak. This is actually kind of fantastic. We never get an opportunity to say all of the swimmers that are registered. We'll take time through here as we do and as they pause. It is event 2. It's going to be 3 swimmers. In lane 3 for St. Clairsville is Lucy Banks. Lane 4 and 5 belong to Newark's Iris Woodall in lane 4, and Leighton Ricketts in lane 5. For Zanesville, scheduled to swim tonight, we have Parker Roberts and Lucy Thorne. Event 2 has begun. We'll pick back up on the lineup later. We have in lane 3, currently out in front, is Iris Woodall for Newark. Iris Woodall for Newark out in front. Followed, it appears to be in lane 5, Leighton Ricketts, followed closely by Lucy Banks in lane 3. Rounding out this race, they have swam 50 of 200 yards currently. Out in front in lane 4, in the middle. Lane 4, Iris Woodall for Newark. Then Leighton Ricketts in lane 5 and Lucy Banks in lane 3. Our current leader, Iris Woodall, is coming up on 100 yards. Tonight, representing John Glenn Middle School, will be swimming Liam Clinard, Michael Cohen, Ozzie McDaniel, and Brody Tuttle. We are currently in event 2, scheduled only for 1 heat. We have 3 swimmers in lane 3. That is going to be the farthest lane from you with a swimmer in it right now. Lucy Banks for St. Clairsville. Out in front is lane 4 is Iris Woodall. Then in lane 5, Leighton Ricketts. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, lane 8 is the closest lane to you on your screen, the bottom of your screen. Lane 1 will be furthest away from you at the top of your screen. Currently, Iris Woodall, lane 4, well out in front. Lane 5, Leighton Ricketts next, and Lucy Banks in lane 3, rounding out our race. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Iris Woodall at the finish line. Our scoreboard shows a time of 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Next, in lane 5, Leighton Ricketts with a time of 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Rounding out our race, Lucy Banks in lane 3 with a time of 2 minutes and 48 seconds. According to the information provided to me, looks like Lucy has set a new personal best. Her dialed in time before this was 3 minutes and 5 seconds. She turned in 2:48. Congratulations, Lucy. Swimming tonight for Maysville, we have Leela Hawk, Elijah Mail, Michael McClellan, Kane Nethers, Gracie Rush, Owen Rusnak, Tilly Spangler, and Wyatt Stokes. Our next event, these will be fast and furious. This is the 50-yard backstroke. This is scheduled for 5 heats. Heat 1 of 5, 3 swimmers are scheduled. For Philo in lane 3, Dylan Rayner, that will be at the top of your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a swimmer in lane 1 as well too. Not sure who that is, we'll do our best to find out. In lane 4 for Maysville is Kane Nethers. Lane 5 for Philo, Reese Lambert. Ladies and gentlemen, she may have been a heat ahead in lane 1. I think that's what happened. We had a few swimmers confused. They're probably in heat 2. This is event number 3. Heat number 1. Scheduled Dylan Rayner, in lane 3 for Philo. Lane 4 for Maysville, Kane Nethers. Lane 5 for Philo, Reese Lambert. This is a 25-yard pool, so it will be 1 time down and back. As they pass our table here, we show in front is Reese Lambert in lane 5 for Philo. Followed in lane 3, also from Philo, Dylan Rayner. Rounding out our race in lane 4 is Kane Nethers from Maysville. This will be just 1 down and back. All of our swimmers tonight for Philo will be Reese Lambert, Roy Pletcher, and Dylan Rayner. In this current race, coming down, ladies and gentlemen, in lane 3, Dylan Rayner made a run for lane 5, Reese Lambert, but in the end, we have Reese Lambert with a time of 53:71. Then in lane 3, Dylan Rayner for Philo, a time of 56:39, and rounding out our race in lane 4, Kane Nethers from Maysville with a time of 1 minute and 6 seconds. We will be moving on to heat 2. Once again, our swimmers, when they complete a race, they have to go to the other end of the pool to exit due to attempts to help stop the spread of COVID-19. Heat 2 of 5, this is scheduled for 8 swimmers. Lane 1, we have West Muskingum's Elena Gebhardt. Lane 2, Maysville's Michael McClellan. Lane 3, Maysville's Elijah Mail. Lane 4, Tri-Valley's Hannah Bob. Lane 5, John Glenn's Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Addison Durst. Lane 7, Philo's Roy Pletcher. And Lane 8, Tri-Valley's Owen Harney. This is event number 3, the 50-yard backstroke. 1 time down and back. They are off. Again, lane 1, Elena Gebhardt. Lane 2, Michael McClellan. Lane 3, Elijah Mail. Lane 4, Hannah Bob. Lane 5, Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 6, Addison Durst. Lane 7, Roy Pletcher. Lane 8, Owen Harney. Owen Harney in lane 8 will be in the closest lane to you on your television screen. Currently out in front, it appears to be lane 3. That would be Elijah Mail from Maysville. Next appears to be lane 1, Elena Gebhardt from West Muskingum. Next appears to be in lane 6, Addison Durst from Tri-Valley. According to our scoreboard, we have in first place For Heat 2, Lane 3, Elijah Mail from Maysville. Second place registers to Elena Gebhardt from West Muskingum in Lane 1. Third place in Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Addison Durst. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these results are unofficial. But it looks like our scoreboard got everybody timed together here correctly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your comments. That race second place went to Alana Gebhardt from West Muskingum. Ladies and gentlemen, scheduled tonight to swim from Crooksville are Mallory and Riley Crooks. Our last two schools with lots of swimmers are Newark and Tri-Valley. As soon as I have an opportune moment, I will give you their rosters. This is going to be heat 3 of 5, 8 swimmers scheduled. Lane 1 at the top of your screen for John Glenn is Brody Tuttle. Lane 2 for St. Clairsville, Calvin Drusen. Lane 3 for Maysville, Tilly Spangler. Lane 4 for Maysville, Owen Rusnak. Lane 5 for Tri-Valley, Addie Miller. Lane 6 for Newark, Hayden Bischoff. Lane 7 for St. Clairsville, Ryan Newell. And Lane 8, closest lane to you for Zanesville, Parker Roberts. Currently in the lane is Lane 7, St. Clairsville's Ryan Newell. Second place appears to be Lane 8, Parker Roberts from Zanesville. In Lane 7, Ryan Newell from St. Clairsville turns in a time of 38 seconds. Lane 8, Parker Roberts from Zanesville turns in a time of 47.13. Third place, according to our scoreboard, goes to Lane 2, Calvin Drusen of St. Clairsville with a time of 53.72. Rounding out our race, Lane 4, Owen Rusnak. Lane 1, Brody Tuttle. Lane 3, Tilly Spangler. Lane 5, Addie Miller. And Lane 6, Hayden Bischoff. Our next heat, 4 of 5, 8 swimmers are scheduled. In Lane 1, Bella Sherman from Newark. Lane 2, Tri-Valley's Braylee Berkey. Lane 3, Newark's Tawny Scott. Lane 4, Tri-Valley's Hayden Weck. Lane 5, Newark's Isabel Tracy. Lane 6, Newark's Hannah Gingras. Lane 7, Newark's Caden Householder. And Lane 8, Newark's Addie Tracy. Ladies and gentlemen, lanes 5 through 8, that's from the middle of the pool to the closest lane to you on your screen, all belong to Newark. So does Lane 1 and Lane 3. This is all Newark and Tri-Valley. Lane 1, Bella Sherman. Lane 2, Braylee Berkey. Lane 3, Tawny Scott. Lane 4, Hayden Weck. Lane 5, Isabel Tracy. Lane 6, Hannah Gingras. Lane 7, Caden Householder. Lane 8, Addie Tracy. They are off. It's too close to call as they come by our table here. It's up to you, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you think is in the lead? I can't tell at this point in time. Let me give you the roster again from the closest lane to you. In Lane 8, we have Addie Tracy. Lane 7, Caden Householder. Lane 6, Hannah Gingras. Lane 5, Isabel Tracy. They are all representing Newark. Lane 4 for Tri-Valley, Hayden Weck. Lane 3 for Newark, Tawny Scott. Lane 2 for Tri-Valley, Braylee Berkey. Lane 1 for Newark, Bella Sherman. As they come back, it looks like Lane 3, Tawny Scott for Newark, appears to be in the front. Oh, she paused for a second. Oh goodness, we'll see what the scoreboard shows us, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Lane 3, Tawny Scott, I think came in first. She shows a time of 56.40. Second place, according to our scoreboard, shows Lane 7, Caden Householder from Newark with a time of 56.66. Third place, according to our scoreboard, is Lane 3, Tawny Scott. with a time of 56.66. The scoreboard is now showing lane 2, Braylee Berkey in first place. I'm not sure if that's correct, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, the scoreboard is not official. But rounding out our race, we're now moving on to heat 5 of 5. This is the last heat for event number 3, the 50-yard backstroke. 8 swimmers scheduled for this. Lane 1, St. Clairsville's Cassidy Coslow. Lanes 2, 3, 4, and 5 belong to the Tri-Valleys. Lane 2, Caden Blake. Lane 3, Colin Buckner. Lane 4, Sarah Jacoby. Lane 5, Eli McDonald. Lane 6 is Newark's Addison Kane. Lane 7 is John Glenn's Michael Cohen. Lane 8 is Tri-Valley's Alana Roberts. Excuse me, that's Elena Roberts. Alana swam already, sorry about that. Lane 8 is the closest one to you. Looks like our leader is in lane 4, Sarah Jacoby of Tri-Valley. Out in front currently. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Sarah Jacoby in lane 4 out in front. Next appears to be followed by Eli McDonald in lane 5 from Tri-Valley. Third place currently is lane 3, Colin Buckner of Tri-Valley. Also, we show lane 4, Sarah Jacoby, turning in a time of 34.91. She had a previous 36.42, looks like a personal best for Sarah. Second place in lane 5, Eli McDonald with a time of 38.71. Also looks like a new personal best for Eli. Third place, lane 3, Colin Buckner, turns in a time of 42.58. Also looks like a personal best. Looks like the pool was fast tonight for all our swimmers. Rounding out our race was lane 7, Michael Cohen. Came in just a little bit in front of his personal best. Just a quick scan down through, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like all of the swimmers may have done a personal best in that race. We are moving on to event 4. This is the 100-yard individual medley. Heat 1 of 3. 3 swimmers scheduled for Crooksville in lane 3, Mallory Crooks. Top of your screen, lane 3. In the middle, lane 4, Carly Higgins for St. Clairsville. And lane 5 is Payson Stupak, also of St. Clairsville. The first leg, as this is a 100, it will be one length of the pool for each stroke. They are starting off with the butterfly. At the turn now into the backstroke in front in lane 4, Carly Higgins of St. Clairsville. She is followed closely and being challenged by Mallory Crooks in lane 3. In lane 5, rounding out our race is Payson Stupak, also of St. Clairsville. At this turn, they will go into the breaststroke. Out in front is still Carly Higgins of St. Clairsville. The center swimmer is lane 4. In lane 3, though, Mallory Crooks from Crooksville has now passed up Carly Higgins in lane 4. Mallory Crooks in lane 3, now out in front. Followed in lane 4 by Carly Higgins from St. Clairsville. Rounding out our race is Payson Stupak in lane 5, also from St. Clairsville. At the turn, now into the freestyle leg, is Mallory Crooks in lane 3. In lane 4, Carly Higgins is now into her freestyle leg. Lane 5 rounds out our race with Payson Stupak. Lane 3, Mallory Crooks is going to finish first with a time of 1 minute and 34 seconds. I don't have a dialed in time for Mallory Crooks, but for Carly Higgins in lane 4, we show a time of 1 minute and 44 seconds. She had a previous time of 1 minute 58. Looks like she's done a personal best by 14 seconds. Payson Stupak comes in with a time of 1 minute 56 seconds. Her previous dialed in time was 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Looks like she's trimmed 13 seconds off of her time. Heat 2 of 3. This is scheduled for six swimmers. Lane 2, Strike that. Lanes 1 and 8 will be empty. In lane 2 for Tri-Valley is Dara Wilson. Lane 3 for Tri-Valley, Kendall Buckner. Lane 4 for Newark, Maddie Johnson. Lane 5 for Tri-Valley, Erica Lewis. Lane 6 for St. Clairsville, Abby Brocklehurst. And lane 7 for Newark, Jonas Woodall. They are on the blocks. They have started. Lane 2, Dara Wilson. Lane 3, Kendall Buckner. Lane 4, Maddie Johnson. Lane 5, Erica Lewis. Lane 6, Abby Brocklehurst. Lane 7, Jonas Woodall. Currently out in front appears to be lane 5, Erica Lewis from Tri-Valley. Second, third, and fourth place are too close to call, but they are lane 3, Kendall Buckner of Tri-Valley, lane 4, Maddie Johnson of Newark, and lane 6, Abby Brocklehurst from St. Clairsville. As they turn in, go into the breaststroke, it is still lane 5, Erica Lewis out in front. Second place now appears to belong to Kendall Buckner in lane 3 from Tri-Valley. Third place appears to be St. Clairsville's Abby Brocklehurst in lane 3. However, in lane 4, Newark's Maddie Johnson still within striking distance. In lane 5, Erica Lewis has turned and is in the freestyle leg. Driving back, she will take first place. She is followed in lane 6 by Abby Brocklehurst of St. Clairsville. However, down in lane 3, Kendall Buckner for Tri-Valley is also battling on. So is lane 4, Maddie Johnson. We will have to turn to the scoreboard. According to the scoreboard, we have Erica Lewis in first place with a time of 1:25, trimmed 6 seconds from her personal best. Second place, according to our scoreboard, with a time of 1:34, Abby Brocklehurst, trimmed 8 seconds from her personal best. And third place, lane 3, Kendall Buckner, with a time of 1 minute 35 seconds. Comes in just a little over his best. Moving on to heat 3 of 3. This is the final heat in the 100-yard individual medley. 8 swimmers are scheduled for this. Scheduled for lane 1, Leela Hawk from Maysville. Lane 2, AJ Lawler from Tri-Valley. Lane 3, Claire Dobbenmeyer from St. Clairsville. Lane 4, Annika Collette from Tri-Valley. Lane 5, Riley Crooks from Crooksville. Lane 6, Marin Hatfield from Newark. Lane 7, Savannah Brooks for Tri-Valley. And lane 8, Liam Clinard for John Glenn. They're on the blocks. And they are off. We have Leela Hawk, lane 1, AJ Lawler, lane 2, Claire Dobbenmeyer, lane 3, Annika Collette, lane 4, Riley Crooks in lane 5, Marin Hatfield in lane 6, Savannah Brooks is in lane 7, and Liam Clinard is in lane 8. Again, lane 1, top of your screen, lane 8, bottom of your screen. Out in front is lane 2 and 4. We have a race between AJ Lawler in lane 2 and Annika Collette in lane 4. We will see what happens here at the breaststroke leg. Currently in lane 2 is AJ Lawler, but hot on his heels is Annika Collette in lane 4 from Tri-Valley. Third place appears to be lane 5's Riley Crooks from Crooksville. They are turning and going into the final leg, the freestyle. In lane 2, AJ Lawler out in front, followed in lane 4 by Tri-Valley's Annika Collette. AJ Lawler turns in a time of 1 minute and 7 seconds. He beats his personal best by 9 seconds. Annika Collette in lane 4 turns in a time of 1 minute and 9 seconds. She trims 2 seconds from her best. Third place in lane 1, Leela Hawk from Maysville with a time of 1 minute and 15 seconds. She trims 10 seconds from her best. Our next event, number 5, is the 50-yard freestyles. This has 6 heats scheduled, 6 heats. These come fast and furious because they're just down and back. They're fast, 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 fast. Don't walk away. Don't go to the bathroom. Don't go to the kitchen to get a snack. The 50-yard freestyle is up next, and they go quick, quick, quick. The first heat has 7 swimmers scheduled. Lane 1 will be empty. In lane 2, Maysville's Michael McClellan. Lane 3, Tri-Valley's Owen Harney. Lane 4, Maysville's Elijah Mayle. Lane 5, John Glenn's Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 6, Maysville's Kane Nethers. Lane 7, Maysville's Wyatt Stokes. Lane 8, Philo's Dylan Rayner. That rounds out your lineup. They are off. Lane 2, Michael McClellan. Lane 3, Owen Harney. Lane 4, Elijah Mayle. Lane 5, Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 6, Kane Nethers. Lane 7, Wyatt Stokes. And lane 8, Dylan Rayner. At the turn as they come back. Lane 5, Ozzie McDaniel from John Glenn out in front. However, in lane 7, we have Wyatt Stokes from Maysville, who is making a challenge. Lane 5, Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 7, Wyatt Stokes. Who will come in first? According to the scoreboard, it is lane 4, Elijah Mayle from Maysville with a time of 37.23. Second place, according to our scoreboard, shows lane 7, Wyatt Stokes from Maysville. Third place, lane 5, Ozzie McDaniel from John Glenn. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, the sun is now in our eyes at our board. I may have lost a swimmer in there. My apologies, but according to our scoreboard, it is lane 4, Elijah Mayle in first place. Lane 7, Wyatt Stokes in second place. And lane 5, Ozzie McDaniel in third place. Heat 2 of 6. Scheduled for 7 swimmers. Again, lane 1 will be empty. In lane 2 for Philo, Reese Lampert. Lane 3 for West Muskingum, Alana Gebhardt. In lane 4 for Tri-Valley, Addison Durst. Also for Tri-Valley, lane 5, Hannah Bobb. Lane 6, West Muskingum's Avery Sloan. Lane 7, Philo's Roy Pletcher. Lane 8, Tri-Valley's Stormy Miller. And they're off. They are in the water. Lane 2, top of your screen, Reese Lambert of Philo. Lane 3, West Muskingum's Alana Gebhardt. Lane 4 and 5 belong to Tri-Valley's Addison Durst and Hannah Bobb, respectively. Lane 6, West Muskingum's Avery Sloan. Lane 7, Philo's Rory Pletcher. And lane 8, Tri-Valley's Stormy Miller. They make the turn and they come back. It looks like lane 8, Stormy Miller of the Scotties in front. Followed in lane 3, Alana Gebhardt from West Muskingum. They are going to be turning in times now, according to our scoreboard. The scoreboard has malfunctioned, ladies and gentlemen. Lane 4, That's the way I think I saw it, ladies and gentlemen. We show lane 3, Alana Gebhardt, in first place according to the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. Second place in lane 8, Stormy Miller of Tri-Valley. Third place, lane 2, Reese Lambert of Philo. First place, Alana Gebhardt of West Muskingum in lane 3. Next up is heat 3 of 6. Heat 3 of 6. 8 swimmers scheduled. Lane 1 is John Glenn's Brody Tuttle. Lane 2, Zanesville's Parker Roberts. Lane 3, Newark's Isabel Tracy. Lane 4, Tri-Valley's Hayden Weck. Lane 5, Newark's Caden Householder. Lane 6, Maysville's Tilly Spangler. Lane 7, St. Clairsville's Ella Fulton. And lane 8, Newark's Hayden Bischoff. They are in the water. This is just down and back. It's fast and furious. Currently in lane 2, Parker Roberts from Zanesville out in front. Second place appears to belong to lane 7, Ella Fulton of St. Clairsville. We'll see where they're at when they make the turn and they come back. Looks like out in front is Parker Roberts in lane 2. Your complete lineup: lane 1, Brody Tuttle at the top of your screen. Lane 2, Parker Roberts. Lane 3, Isabel Tracy. Lane 4, Hayden Weck. Lane 5, Caden Householder. Lane 6, Tilly Spangler. Lane 7, Ella Fulton. Lane 8, closest to you, Hayden Bischoff. According to the scoreboard, lane 2, Parker Roberts from Zanesville in first place with a time of 37:53. Second place goes to lane 1, Brody Tuttle from John Glenn with a time of 43.75. Third place, according to our scoreboard, shows as lane 5, Caden Householder from Newark with a time of 48.36. That trims 12 seconds off his personal best. Ladies and gentlemen, again, these results are unofficial. We show nothing in lane 8. As such, that may not be the correct order. My deepest, most humble apologies to you. We'll do our best. I'll do the best that I can. I've got so much to try to catch. Sorry, I don't mean to make excuses. I just don't want you to be disappointed is all. We've got heat 4 of 6 coming up. 8 swimmers scheduled. Lane 1, St. Clairsville's Calvin Drusen. Lane 2, Tri-Valley's Braylee Berkey. Lane 3, Newark's Tawny Scott. Lane 4, Maysville's Owen Rusnak. Lane 5, St. Clairsville's Cassidy Coslow. Lane 6, Newark, Bella Sherman. Lane 7, Newark's Addie Tracy. And lane 8, Tri-Valley's Addie Miller. Out in front appears to be lane 4, Owen Rusnak from Maysville. Second place appears to be lane 5, Cassidy Coslow from St. Clairsville. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like lane 5, Cassidy Coslow from St. Clairsville out in front. Second place, lane 6. 8, 7, 6. No, strike that. That was lane 4 on Rusnak. Lane 5, Cassidy Coslow's in second for St. Clairsville. Third place shows lane 1, Calvin Drusen. According to the scoreboard, Owen Rusnak in lane 4 with a time of 36.68. He trims 12 seconds off of his personal best. Second place, lane 5, Cassidy Coslow with a time of 43.87, trimming 6 seconds. And third place, lane 1, Calvin Drusen with a time of 45.18, trimming 9 seconds. Heat 5 of 6, 8 swimmers. Lane 1 and 2 belong to St. Clairsville's Payson Stupak in lane 1 at the top of your screen. Lane 2 for St. Clairsville, Carly Higgins. Lane 3 will be Newark's Hannah Gingras. Lane 4, John Glenn's Michael Cohen. Lane 5, St. Clairsville's Abby Brocklehurst. Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Caden Blake. Lane 7, Newark's Sammy Nybart. And lane 8, Tri-Valley's Elena Roberts. They are in the water. Surfacing out in front is lane 4, Michael Cohen. But lane 5, Abby Brocklehurst, and lane 2, Carly Higgins are close behind at the surface. At the turn, coming back now. It does look like lane 4, Michael Cohen from John Glenn out in front. Second place is a battle between lanes 2, 5, and 6. We will wait till we see the scoreboard. Lane 4, Michael Cohen turns in a time of 34.83. He trims 4 seconds. Second place, according to the scoreboard, shows lane 5, Abby Brocklehurst, trimming 2 seconds. Time of 37.88. Third place in lane 6, Caden Blake from Tri-Valley, 38.47, trimming 1.5 seconds. Almost 2 seconds off of Caden's time. Heat 6 of 6, final heat of the 50-yard freestyle. We have lane 1, St. Clairsville's Raya Newell. Lane 2, Newark's Maddie Johnson. Lane 3, Zanesville's Lucy Thorne. Lane 4, Newark's Iris Woodall. Lane 5, St. Clairsville's Lucy Banks. Lane 6, St. Clairsville's Luke Stack. Lane 7, Tri-Valley's Eli McDonald. And lane 8, Newark's Jonas Woodall. They're in the water as they surface. It looks like Newark's Iris Woodall in lane 4 out in front. Close behind though in lane 7, Tri-Valley's Eli McDonald. We'll see at the turn here. It does appear to be Iris Woodall in lane 4 out in front from Newark. Second place appears to be lane 7, Eli McDonald from Tri-Valley. Third place looks like Luke Stack in lane 6 from St. Clairsville. According to the scoreboard, lane 4, Iris Woodall turns in a time of 28.95. That's right at her best. Second place, lane 7, Eli McDonald turns in a time of 31.28. He trims 5 seconds. And third place, according to our scoreboard, lane 6, Luke Stack from St. Clairsville with a time of 32.38. He trims 3 seconds off of his time. Ladies and gentlemen, normally there is a break scheduled here. Looks like we may just be pressing on. Event number 6, scheduled for 1 heat, 4 swimmers. Lanes 1 and 2 will be empty, so will 7 and 8. Starting in lane 3, Savannah Brooks of Tri-Valley. Lane 4, Riley Crooks of Crooksville. Lane 5, AJ Lawler from Tri-Valley. Lane 6, Dara Wilson also from Tri-Valley. This is the 100-yard butterfly. Out in front as they surface. In lane 5, AJ Lawler from Tri-Valley. Second place, lane 4, Riley Crooks from Crooksville. Rounding out our race is lane 3, Savannah Brooks from Tri-Valley. And lane 6, Dara Wilson also from Tri-Valley. Out in front is AJ Lawler in lane 5. Second place belongs to Riley Crooks from Crooksville in lane 4. Rounding out our race, Savannah Brooks in lane 3 from Tri-Valley. And lane 6. Closest lane, closest swimmer to you on your screen, Dara Wilson from Tri-Valley. Gentlemen, finishing up as he comes to close at the scoreboard, AJ Lawler in lane 5 registers a time of 1 minute and 6 seconds. That trims 14 seconds off his dialed in time of 1:20. Second place goes to lane 4, Riley Crooks from Crooksville with a time of 1:16. She doesn't best her personal best. Lane 3, Savannah Brooks of Tri-Valley turns in 1:23. Right around her personal best. A little bit over. And lane 6, Dara Wilson, has no time dialed in, but is persevering. Finishing up her 100-yard butterfly is Dara Wilson in lane 6. Ladies and gentlemen, as they swim to the far side of the pool, I'm going to take this opportunity to try to give you Newark's scheduled swimmers tonight are Hayden Bishop, Addison Kane, Hannah Gingras, Marin Hatfield, Caden Householder, Maddie Johnson, Sammy Nybert, Leighton Ricketts, Tawny Scott, Bella Sherman, Addie Tracy, Isabel Tracy, Iris Woodall, and Jonas Woodall. Those are your Newark swimmers tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Tri-Valley left. It looks like we may be taking the break now. I'm going to take the opportunity to go through the Tri-Valley swimmers scheduled for tonight. They are Caden Blake, Hannah Bob, Savannah Brooks, Kendall Buckner, Colin Buckner, Braylee Berkey, Annika Collette, Addison Durst, Owen Harney, Sarah Jacoby, AJ Lawler, Erica Lewis, Aaron Lewis, Eli McDonald, Addie Miller, Stormy Miller, Elena Roberts, Hayden Weck, Dara Wilson, and oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, hidden at the end of Tri-Valley, just 2 swimmers for West Muskingum. I apologize if I missed you. I may have read you earlier, but for West Muskingum swimming tonight, we have Alana Gebhardt and Avery Sloan. Thank you to all of the teams who came out tonight. We are very happy to have you. We are glad that you attended. We have Tri-Valley hosting West Muskingum, St. Clairsville, Zanesville, Maysville, Crooksville, John Glenn, Newark, and Philo. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a break between event number 6 and event number 7. When we come back, it will be the 100-yard freestyle scheduled for 3 heats. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to do a special call out again to our Ohio High School Athletic Association officials that are here tonight. We thank you very much for their time. The parents that are donating their time to be timers, and the coaches for all that you do to pour into your swimmers. Once again, we thank you. The swim teams, in my experience, from what I've been able to see, look to me to be the best teams of all of the school sports. Each one cheers each other on, and I've seen no animosity between teams. I know that rivalries exist in football and basketball and some of the other bigger sports, but the swim teams, I see them truly having camaraderie and respect for each other, and I truly appreciate that. Again, we thank you for being out here tonight. We thank you for tuning in with us. We will be picking back up with event number 7, the 100-yard freestyle. It is scheduled for 3 heats. Now is the time for the snack or the potty break. Run away, get it, and come back. We will pick back up when we get there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take a quick drink break. We're going to mute you for just a few moments here. When you hear the sound kick back on, you'll know that we're starting back up. Stay tuned. Plenty more action tonight is scheduled for. $12 total events. 12 events total. We will be coming back with event number 7, scheduled for 3 heats. Looks like I missed my water break. If you're in the bathroom, hurry back. If you're in the kitchen, grab your plate and run. Grab your drink and run. Heat 1 of 3. 3 swimmers scheduled. If you're the Blake, the Harney, or the Stokes household, get back here. Your swimmers are swimming soon. In lane 3, it's Caden Blake for Tri-Valley. In lane 4, it's Owen Harney from Tri-Valley. And lane 5 is Maysville's Wyatt Stokes. The officials are making sure they round everything out. They're going to start out again. Heat 1 of 3. 3 swimmers scheduled. Lane 3 and 4. Tri-Valley's Caden Blake and Owen Harney's respectively. And now on the blocks. On lane 5, the closest swimmer to you in the blue is Wyatt Stokes from Maysville. They are off. And as they surface, out in front is lane 3, Caden Blake, followed by Owen Harney in lane 4, both from Tri-Valley. And rounding out in lane 5 is Wyatt Stokes from Maysville, who has now passed Owen Harney in lane 4. Will he pass? Caden Blake. We'll see at the turn. Caden Blake is holding on to his lead in lane 3. However, Wyatt Stokes is coming on fast. I think Wyatt's going to pass him. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lead change for Maysville. Wyatt Stokes in lane 5. Rounding out our race in lane 3, Caden Blake. And lane 4, Owen Harney. They've got one more down and back. Oh my goodness, Wyatt Stokes stopped. Thought the race was over. He's got to catch up again. Wyatt Stokes passed Caden Blake to take the lead. Stopped. Let Caden Blake have the lead back. I think he's going to claim the lead again. We'll see here at the turn. Hopefully he didn't run out of gas. He's got a little bit of ground to catch up. Caden Blake out in front, but Wyatt Stokes is coming on fast. Is he going to pass him? I can't tell for sure from here, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. We're going to have to turn to the scoreboard to see for sure. Our scoreboard says Caden Blake in lane 3 hangs on with a time of 1 minute and 30 seconds. None of these swimmers have a time dialed in. Can't say if that's a personal best or not. Lane 2 with a time of 1:33.23 goes to Wyatt Stokes. Lane 4, Owen Harney is rounding out our race. He shows a time of 1 minute and 56 seconds. Heat 2 of 3. We have 6 swimmers scheduled. Lanes 1 and 8 will be empty. Lane 2 belongs to St. Clairsville's Calvin Drizzen. Lane 3, Tri-Valley's Addie Miller. Lane 4, John Glenn's Michael Cohn. Lane 5, Maysville's Owen Rusnak. Lane 6, Newark's Tawny Scott. And Lane 7, Crooksville's Mallory Crooks. They're awaiting instructions from the officials to take the blocks. Swimmers are on the blocks again. Lane 2, Calvin Drizzen. Lane 3, Addie Miller. Lane 4, Michael Cohn. Lane 5, Owen Rusnak. Lane 6, Tawny Scott. Lane 7, Mallory Crooks. They're all surfacing out in front is lane 4, Michael Cohen, but lane 5, Owen Rusnak, I think is right hot on his tail. Followed in lane 7 by Tawny Scott and lane 6, Tawny Scott, and lane 7, Mallory Crooks. They're definitely out in front right now. Looks like lane 4, Michael Cohen from John Glenn. Followed in lane 5, Owen Rusnak, but Mallory Crooks out in lane 7 is in striking distance of Owen Rusnak. We'll see what our scoreboard says, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a turn coming back down. Michael Cohen in lane 4 still in front. However, Owen Rusnak in lane 5 has closed the distance. And out here in lane 7, Mallory Crooks is slightly in front of Owen Rusnak in lane 5. We'll see what happens. Do they have enough gas at the end? And they have both dwindled on Michael Cohen's lead in lane 4. They begin their last turn. And as they surface, it appears to still be Michael Cohen in lane 4, but Mallory Crooks in lane 7 is coming on strong, neck and neck. I think Mallory's in front now. Lane 7, Mallory Crooks from Crooksville out in front. Michael Cohen in lane 4 for John Glenn in second place, rounding out our race. In third, looks to be Owen Rusnak in lane 5 from Maysville. According to our scoreboard, in lane 7, Mallory Crooks with a time of 1:24 is your winner from this heat. In lane 4, second place, Michael Cohen from John Glenn, a time of 1 minute and 25 seconds. He trims 11 seconds off his dialed-in time. And third place goes to lane 5, Owen Rusnak, with a time of 1:29. He trims 25, 26 seconds, somewhere in there, off of his best dialed-in time of 1:55. Heat 3 of 3. This is 8 swimmers. All 8 lanes occupied. Lane 1 at the top of your screen will be Maysville's Gracie Rush. Lane 2, Zanesville's Lucy Thorne. That's Maysville in lane 1, Zanesville in lane 2, Lucy Thorne. Lane 3, Tri-Valley's AJ Lawler. Lane 4, Newark's Marin Hatfield. Lane 5, Crooksville's Riley Crooks. Lane 6, Newark's Maddie Johnson. Lane 7, St. Clairsville's Ryan Newell. And lane 8, Newark's Addison Kane. They're waiting for instructions to take the blocks. Join us for the last heat, Event 7, 100-yard freestyle. They are in the water! Surfacing out in front is lane 3, AJ Lawler. He won his heat earlier. We'll see if he keeps the lead. At the turn, it is still AJ Lawler in lane 3 from Tri-Valley out in front. Second place currently is lane 5's Riley Crooks, but Marin Hatfield in lane 4 from Newark is hot on her tail. We have Tri-Valley in front, AJ Lawler lane 3. Second place appears to be lane 5, Crooksville's Riley Crooks, followed closely by Newark's Marin Hatfield in lane 4. This is quite a race, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned, we'll see what the scoreboard tells us. Your complete lineup for this race. Gracie Rush, lane 1, Lucy Thorne, lane 2, AJ Lawler, lane 3, Marin Hatfield, lane 4, Riley Crooks, lane 5, Maddie Johnson, lane 6, Ryan Newell, lane 7, Addison Kane, lane 8. According to our scoreboard, first place goes to lane 3's AJ Lawler. With a time of 1:01, he trims 8 seconds. Second place, lane 5, Riley Crooks. Time of 1:04, she trims about a half a second. Third place, lane 4, Marin Hatfield. Time of 1:07. Our next event, number 8, the 50-yard breaststroke. 3 heats, 3 scheduled for this. 8 swimmers in heat 1. Lane 1 is Maysville's Kane Nethers. Lane 2, John Glenn's Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 3, St. Clairsville's Payson Stupak. Lane 4, Tri-Valley's Hayden Weck. Lane 5, St. Clairsville's Cassidy Costello. Lane 6, John Glenn, Brody Tuttle. Lane 7, West Muskingum's Avery Sloan. And lane 8, Crooksville's Mallory Cooks. They're on the blocks. And they're off. Again, your lineup, Kane Nethers, lane 1, furthest from you, top of your screen. Lane 2, Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 3, Payson Stupak. Lane 4, Hayden Weck. Lane 5, Cassidy Costello. Lane 6, Brody Tuttle. Lane 7, Avery Sloan. Lane 8, Mallory Crooks. They touch the wall, make a turn and come back. Currently in front appears to be Mallory Crooks in lane 8, closest to you as she just swims by our table here. Second place appears to be lane 3, Payson Stupak from St. Clairsville. Third place is pretty close, but it looks like it's lane 5, Cassidy Costello from St. Clairsville. However, lane 7 from West Muskingum, Avery Sloan is hot on her tails. We show in lane 8, Mallory Crooks with a time of 49:05. No time entered before. Second place, lane 3, Payson Stupak with a time of 53.85. Again, also no time entered in. Third place, lane 5, Cassidy Costello from St. Clairsville with a time of 57.21. We are now in event number 8, heat number 2. Scheduled for 8 swimmers. They are scheduled lane 1, Hannah Gingras from Newark. Lane 2, Eli McDonald for Tri-Valley. Lane 3, Sammy Nybart from Newark. Lane 4, Aaron Lewis for Tri-Valley. Lane 5, Ella Fulton, St. Clairsville. Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Colin Buckner. Lane 7, Newark's Jonas Woodall. And lane 8, Newark's Caden Householder. This is heat 2 of 3, event number 8, 50-yard breaststroke. Your lineup again, lane 1, Hannah Gingras. Lane 2, Eli McDonald. Lane 3, Sammy Nybert. Lane 4, Aaron Lewis. Lane 5, Ella Fulton. Lane 6, Colin Buckner. Lane 7, Jonas Woodall. Lane 8, Caden Householder. They are on the blocks. They are in the water. Surfacing out in front. In lane 6, Colin Buckner from Tri-Valley. Second place, too close to call. Lanes 3 and 4. Newark, Sammy Nybart in lane 3. Aaron Lewis in lane 4 from Tri-Valley. They are battling out for second place currently. Currently, first place belongs to Colin Buckner in lane 6. However, Sammy Nybert and Aaron Lewis are closing in. I don't think there's enough room left, though, to catch him. We're going to have Colin Buckner in lane 6 in first place with a time of 49.71. That trims 12 seconds. 12-second trim there from his dialed-in time. Second place goes to lane 3, Sammy Nybart, with a time of 51.03. That trims 7 seconds. Third place goes to lane 4, Aaron Lewis, with a time of 51.03. That trims 5 seconds from the time she dialed in. Heat 3 of 3 coming up. The schedule is lane 1, St. Clairsville's Luke Stack. Lane 2, John Glenn, Liam Clinard. Lane 3, Tri-Valley's Sarah Jacoby. Lane 4, Tri-Valley's Annika Collette. Lane 5, Claire Daubenmeyer from St. Clairsville. Lane 6, St. Clairsville's Lucy Banks. Lane 7, Maysville's Gracie Rush. And lane 8, Tri-Valley's Kendall Buckner. They're on the blocks. And they're off. Your complete lineup again, Luke Stack, lane 1, Liam Clinard, lane 2, Sarah Jacoby, lane 3, Annika Collette, lane 4, Claire Daubenmeyer, lane 5, Lucy Banks, lane 6, Gracie Rush, lane 7, and in the closest lane to you, lane number 8, Kendall Buckner. At the turn as they come out in front, in lane 4, Annika Collette from Tri-Valley. In lane 5, Claire Daubenmeyer from St. Clairsville are going to be first and second, respectively. Third place appears to be lane 2, Liam Clinard from John Glenn. The times, according to our scoreboard, lane 4, first place, Annika Collette, with a time of 36.7. That trims about a second off her dialed-in time. Second place, lane 5, Claire Daubenmeyer from St. Clairsville, 38.24. She trims between 1 and 2 seconds off hers. And third place, lane 2, Liam Clinard from John Glenn with a time of 42.04. It looks like he trimmed about 7 seconds off his dialed-in time. Ladies and gentlemen, it does appear we're running a little fast tonight in the lanes. Many people have done a personal best. Event number 9 coming up, the 100-yard backstroke. 2 heats scheduled for this. Our first heat, 4 swimmers. Lanes 1, 2, 7, and 8 will be empty. In lane 3 and 4, both Tri-Valley Scotties, Stormy Miller and Braylee Berkey, respectively. Lane 5, West Muskinum's Alana Gebhardt. And lane 6, Maysville's Elijah Mayle. Again, closest swimmer to you, lane 6, Elijah Mayle from Maysville. Lane 5 is West Muskingum's Alana Gebhardt. Lane 4, Tri-Valley's Braylee Berkey. And lane 3, Tri-Valley's Stormy Miller. They're in position for the backstroke. And they're off. Stormy Miller, lane 3, Braylee Berkey, lane 4, Alana Gebhardt, lane 5, and Elijah Mayle, lane 6. Elijah in lane 6 is currently out in front, followed in lane 5 by Alana Gebhardt. From West Muskingum, the Scotty Stormy Miller in lane 3, and rounding out our race in lane 4 is Scotty Braley Berkey. As they head back, it is Elijah Mail out in front in lane 6 for Maysville. Lane 5, West Muskingum's Alana Gebhardt. Following him closely. She's pulling in closer though, ladies. And gentlemen, she is within striking distance. She had a bit of a struggle with that turn, and Elijah has been able to pull away a little bit more. Elijah Mail in lane 6 from Maysville. Alana Gebhardt from West Muskingum in lane 5. Lane 4 is Tri-Valley's Braley Berkey. And rounding out our race in lane 3, Tri-Valley Stormy Miller. This latest turn, Elijah Mail for Maysville is out in front. Appears that he's going to be this heat's winner. Alana Gebhardt fought hard. I think she just had one turn that slowed her down quite a bit, but West Muskingum's Alana Gebhardt will take second place. According to our scoreboard, Elijah Mail turns in a time of 1:42. Alana Gebhardt of West Muskingum turns in a time of 1:48. Braley Berkey of Tri-Valley turns in a time of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, none of these swimmers had a dialed-in time. That means it's the first time that they are swimming this race in a recorded fashion. Or their earlier time was not reported or didn't make it into the documentation for whatever reason. Stormy Miller rounds out our race with a time of 2 minutes and 29 seconds. We move on to heat number 2 of 2 in the 100-yard backstroke. 8 swimmers are scheduled. Lane 1, Zanesville's Parker Roberts. Lane 2, Maysville's Tilly Spangler. Zanesville lane 1, Maysville lane 2. Those sound confusing, don't they? The Zanesville Blue Devils, Parker Roberts in lane 1. Tilly Spangler from Maysville lane 2. Leighton Ricketts from Newark in lane 3. Iris Woodall from Newark in lane 4. Liam Clenard from John Glenn in lane 5. Elena Roberts from Tri-Valley lane 6. Aaron Lewis from Tri-Valley lane 7. Addison Durst from Tri-Valley lane 8. And they're off. In lane 4, Iris Woodall from Newark out in front. Your complete lineup once again. Parker Roberts lane 1. Tilly Spangler lane 2. Leighton Ricketts lane 3. Iris Woodall lane 4. Liam Clenard lane 5. Alana Roberts lane 6. Aaron Lewis lane 7. Addison Durst lane 8. Out in front is Iris Woodall lane 4 from Newark. Followed by Liam Clenard in lane 5 from John Glenn. Third place appears to be lane 3's Leighton Ricketts from Newark. Iris Woodall in her final turn as she heads back. Running away with it. We'll see what score the scoreboard gives her when she touches. Your Heat 2 of 2 winner is Iris Woodall, showing a time of 1 minute and 12 seconds. That brings her in just a little bit past her dialed-in time of 111.77. Second place shows lane 5, Liam Clenard. Time of 1 minute and 17 seconds. That trims 5 seconds from his dialed-in time of 1:22. Third place shows lane 3, Leighton Ricketts, also from Newark, with a time of 1:25. That trims a good 4 seconds off of his earlier dialed-in time of 1:29. Our next event is the 50-yard butterfly. This is scheduled for 2 heats. Heat number 1, 4 swimmers scheduled. Lane 3, Luke Stack from St. Clairsville. Lane 4, Colin Buckner of Tri-Valley. Lane 5, Addison Kane of Newark. And lane 6, Carly Higgins of St. Clairsville. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is event 10, scheduled for 2 heats. Luke Stack in lane 3, Colin Buckner in lane 4, Addison Kane in lane 5, Carly Higgins in lane 6. And as they surface, it's Colin Buckner in front in lane 4. No, it's not. Strike that. It's Luke Stack in lane 3. Colin surfaced just a bit ahead, but Luke Stack's butterfly is a bit faster as he is out in front in lane 3 from St. Clairsville. Luke Stack in front, followed by Colin Buckner from Tri-Valley in lane 4. Rounding out our race in lane 5, Addison Kane from Newark, and lane 6, Carly Higgins from St. Clairsville. Ladies and gentlemen, our scoreboard shows lane 3, heat winner, Luke Stack. He has no dialed in time, but he is your heat winner. Then lane 4, Colin Buckner with a time of 41.32. He bests his dialed in time by 12 seconds. Lane 5, Addison Kane with a time of 48. That trims her best time by 13 seconds. And Carly Higgins with a time of 56.37 did not have a dialed-in time. The next heat, 2 of 2. 8 swimmers scheduled. Lane 1, Erica Lewis from Tri-Valley. Lane 2, Sarah Jacoby from Tri-Valley. Lane 3, from Maysville, Leela Hawk. Lane 4, from Tri-Valley, Annika Collette. Lane 5, Newark's Marin Hatfield. Lane 6, Tri-Valley, Savannah Brooks. Lane 7, Zanesville's Lucy Thorne. And lane 8, Maysville's Gracie Rush. They are off, ladies and gentlemen. Your complete lineup again. Lane 1, Erica Lewis. Lane 2, Sarah Jacoby. Lane 3, Leela Hawk. Lane 4, Annika Collette. Lane 5, Marin Hatfield. Lane 6, Savannah Brooks. Lane 7, Lucy Thorne. And lane 8, closest to you, Gracie Rush. Out in front is lane 4's Annika Collette from Tri-Valley. She's going to turn in a time of 30 seconds. That bests her personal best by about a second. Second place, lane 3, Leela Hawk from Maysville with a time of 33 seconds. She bests her best by 2 to 3 seconds. And third place goes to lane 2, Sarah Jacoby from Tri-Valley with a time of 33.79. She beats her personal best by about 4 seconds. Our next event, number 11, is the 100-yard breaststroke. 2 heats. Heat 1 of 2 scheduled in lane 3, Aaron Lewis. Lane 4, Dara Wilson. Lane 5, Kendall Buckner. Just 3 swimmers scheduled for this heat. They're all from Tri-Valley. Lane 3, Aaron Lewis. Lane 4, Dara Wilson. Lane 5, Kendall Buckner. They are on the starting blocks. They're off and surfacing out in front is Dara Wilson in lane 4. Kendall Buckner surfaces behind her. However, her breaststroke seems to be a bit faster. Rounding out our race in lane 3 is Aaron Lewis. Still close enough to be within striking distance, but following the leaders currently. Right now it looks like Kendall Buckner in lane 5 out in front. Lane 4, Dara Wilson. Lane 3, Aaron Lewis. Still close behind there. And Kendall Buckner, according to our scoreboard, it has one more down and back to go. Haha, fooled ya. One more down and back to go. 100-yard breaststroke. At the turn, Dara Wilson has pulled out in front. Kendall Buckner is now behind her in lane 5. Lane 3, Aaron Lewis still within striking distance. It could be anybody's race. We'll see what happens after this turn. And at this turn, it's Dara Wilson in lane 4, still out in front. However, Aaron Lewis now in second place in lane 3. And Kendall Buckner will round out our race in lane 5. We show in lane 4, Dara Wilson turns at a time of 1 minute and 50 seconds. That's her best by 10 seconds. Lane 3, Aaron Lewis. No time dialed in, but she turns in 1 minute and 53 seconds. Kendall Buckner in lane 5, a time of 1 minute and 59 seconds. That best previous time by 11 seconds. Heat 2 of 2, 6 swimmers scheduled. Sammy Nybart will be in lane 2. Lane 1 will be empty. Sammy Nybart from Newark in lane 2. Lane 3, Tri-Valley's Erica Lewis. Lane 4, St. Clairsville's Claire Dobbenmeyer in lane 4. Lane 5 belongs to Maysville's Leela Hawk. Lane 6 is Newark's Leighton Ricketts. And lane 7 is St. Clairsville's Abby Brocklehurst. They're on the blocks. And they are off. Sammy Nybart, lane 2. Erica Lewis, lane 3. Claire Dobbenmeyer, lane 4. Leela Hawk, lane 5. Leighton Ricketts, lane 6. Abby Brocklehurst, lane 7. Currently, lane 5, Leila Hawk out in front. However, Claire Dobbenmeyer, lane 4, is hot on her heels. Third place belongs to Leighton Ricketts in lane 6. However, down in lane 3, Erica Lewis is within striking distance. We'll see what happens as they come out of this turn. Claire and Layla are neck and neck out of the turn as they come by our table here. It looks like Claire slightly in the lead in lane 4. Layla Hawk right behind her though. This could all be won at this next turn. Third place is still Leighton Ricketts in lane 6 clearly. Now out of this last turn, they're coming down. It is Claire Dobbenmeyer. However, Leila Hawk is hot on her heels. They're both doing a kick here at the end. It is still Claire Dobbenmeyer out in front. Leila Hawk is really close. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to see what the scoreboard says. It says Claire Dobbenmeyer in lane 4, time of 1 minute 24. She trims 3 seconds off her dialed in time. Leila Hawk comes in with a time of 1:25. Her previous was 1:41. Third place goes to lane 6, Leighton Ricketts, with a time of 1:37. He trims about 6 seconds off of his dialed in time. Next up, event 12. Event 12. This is our final event. It is scheduled for 2 heats. It is a relay. Gonna get a workout. Hope you got your listening ears on. Fast and furious again. Heat 1 of 2, 7 lanes. Lane 8 is scheduled to be empty. Lane 1, Tri-Valley team, Hannah Bob, Addie Miller, Addison Durst, Braylee Berkey. Lane 2, the team of Newark's, Isabel Tracy, Hayden Bischoff, Addie Tracy, anchored by Bella Sherman. Lane 3, Newark's, Jonas Woodall, Tawny Scott, Sammy Nybert, anchored by Addison Kane. Lane 4 for St. Clairsville's, Cassidy Koslow, Calvin Drusen, Payson Stupak, anchored by Carly Higgins. Lane 5, Maysville's Tilly Spangler, Kane Nethers, Michael McClellan, anchored by Wyatt Stokes. Lane 6 and 7 belong to Tri-Valley. Lane 6, Aaron Lewis, Elena Roberts, Caden Blake, anchored by Dara Wilson. Lane 7, Dylan Rayner, Owen Harney, Stormy Miller, anchored by Hayden Weck. Again, those complete lineups. Lane 1, Hannah Bob, Addie Miller, Addison Durst, Braylee Berkey. Lane 2, Isabel Tracy, Hayden Bischoff, Addie Tracy, Bella Sherman. Lane 3, Newark's, Jonas Woodall, Tawny Scott, Sammy Nybert, Addison Kane. Lane 4, St. Clairsville's Cassidy Koslow, Calvin Drusen, Payson Stupak, Carly Higgins. Lane 5, Maysville's Tilly Spangler, Kane Nethers, Michael McClellan and Wyatt Stokes. Lane 6, Tri-Valley's Aaron Lewis, Elena Roberts, Caden Blake, Dara Wilson. And Lane 7, Tri-Valley's Dylan Rayner, Owen Harney, Stormy Miller, Hayden Weck. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe they are waiting for the teams to amass together. We are waiting, ladies and gentlemen, for the officials to allow the racers to mount the blocks. They may be waiting for a swimmer, they may be waiting for timers, I'm not sure, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep you posted on all the action. Ladies and gentlemen, a fun fact. This week on St. Patrick's Day, I had a coworker who celebrated their birthday on St. Patrick's Day. And I thought to myself, her husband's a very lucky man. He should never forget that birthday. What a blessing that would be. But she also pointed out to us when we wished her happy birthday that March 17th, 2021 was the first day of 2021 in which we had 12 hours of light. There's a positive, happy, upbeat thought for you, ladies and gentlemen. We are gaining more and more light, and we are past the halfway mark. We have more daylight than darkness now. Thank you, Lord, for that. Hopefully we get this started. I'm running out of useless trivia. We'll do our best, though, ladies and gentlemen. Let's run down the lineup once again. Listen for your swimmer. Lane 1 is Tri-Valley's team of Hannah Bob, Addie Miller, Addison Durst, and Braylee Berkey. Lane 2 is Newark's team of Isabel Tracy, Hayden Bischoff, Addie Tracy, and Bella Sherman. Here we go, the officials are giving them instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try to call this one as each swimmer's in. We'll do our best. It's a lot to try to keep track of, but I'll do my best to keep you posted on the action. They're on the blocks. And they're off. We have Hannah Bob in lane 1, Isabel Tracy, lane 2, Jonas Woodall, lane 3, Cassidy Koslow, lane 4, Tilly Spangler, lane 5, Aaron Lewis, lane 6, Dylan Rayner, lane 7. Lane 8 is empty. We only have 7 teams in this heat. As they turn and come back, out in front is lane 3, Newark's Jonas Woodall. Second place belongs to lane 4, St. Clairsville's Cassidy Coslow. Currently, as they come down and prepare for the second swimmers to enter the race. In lane 3, it is Tawny Scott. Tawny Scott is now in for Newark in lane 3. Lane 4, Calvin Drusen is in for St. Clairsville. Ladies and gentlemen, all the second swimmers are in now. We have Addie Miller in lane 1, Hayden Bischoff in lane 2, Tawny Scott in lane 3, Calvin Drusen in lane 4, Kane Nethers in lane 5, Elena Roberts in lane 6, Owen Harney in lane 7. Holy cow, this is tough to keep up with. Out in front is lane 4, St. Clairsville's Calvin Drusen. However, Tawny Scott was right behind him. Their third swimmers are in now. In lane 3, that's Sammy Nybart. In lane 4, that's Payson Stupak. Payson is out in front. However, Sammy Nybart is riding hot on his heels. Coming up now in lane 6, Caden Blake turning on the jets. As they turn and come back, we've got in lane 4 is Payson Stupak. Lane 3, Sammy Nybart following close behind. I think all our third swimmers are in now. Lane 1, Addison Durst. Lane 2, Addie Tracy. Lane 3, Sammy Nybart. Lane 4, Payson Stupak. Lane 5, Michael McClellan. Lane 6, Caden Blake. Lane 7, Stormy Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, lane 3 and 4 there. 4 swimmers are in. In lane 4, it's Carly Higgins as their anchor. Lane 3, it is Addison Kane as the anchor. Lane 4 currently out in front. However, lane 3 is turning on the jets, closing in fast. I don't think there's quite enough room to catch, but we'll see at the end here. We have winning this heat in lane 4, St. Clairsville with a time of 2:48. Second place goes to lane 3, time of 2:49. Rounding out our race in lane 1, anchor Braylee Berkey. Lane 2, anchor Bella Sherman. Lane 3, Addison Kane. Lane 4, Carly Higgins. Lane 5, Wyatt Stokes. Lane 6, anchor Dara Wilson. And lane 7, Hayden Weck. Third place shows lane 6, Tri-Valley, with a time of 2:59. First place goes to St. Clairsville, time of 2:48. Second place, Newark, with a time of 2:49. The next heat, our final heat of the night. Lane 1, Zanesville's team, Parker Roberts, Alana Gebhardt, Avery Sloan, anchored by Lucy Thorne. Lane 2, Tri-Valley's AJ Lawler, Sarah Jacoby, Savannah Brooks, anchored by Annika Collette. Lane 3, John Glenn's Brody Tuttle, Ozzie McDaniel, Michael Cohn, Liam Clenard is their anchor. Lane 4, Newark's Iris Woodall, Leighton Ricketts, Maddie Johnson, anchored by Maren Hatfield. Lane 5, St. Clairsville, leadoff is Claire Daubenmeyer. Rhea Newell, Lucy Banks, anchored by Luke Stack. Lane 6, Crooksville's Mallory Crooks, Reese Lambert, Rory Pletcher, and Riley Crooks. Lane 7, Maysville's Gracie Rush, Owen Rusnak, Elijah Mail, and Leela Hawk. Lane 8, Tri-Valley's Colin Buckner, Eli McDonald, Erica Lewis, anchored by Kendall Buckner. They're on the box. The officials ready to round this out. Bring tonight's meet to an end. Your final heat. And they're in the water. Zanesville, Parker Roberts, lane 1, Tri-Valley, AJ Lawler, lane 2. John Glenn, Brady Tuttle, lane 3. Iris Woodall, lane 4. Claire Daubenmeyer, lane 5. Mallory Crooks, lane 6. Gracie Rush, lane 7. Colin Buckner, lane 8. out in front. In lane 2 is AJ Lawler. Ladies and gentlemen, the second legs are in lane 2, Sarah Jacoby. Lane 4, Leighton Ricketts. Down the line, lane 1, Alana Gebhardt. Lane 2, Sarah Jacoby. Lane 3, Ozzie McDaniel. Lane 4, Leighton Ricketts. Lane 5, Ryan Newell. Lane 6, Reese Lambert. Lane 7, Owen Rusnak. Lane 8, Eli McDonald. The third leg beginning in lane 1 for Zanesville, Avery Sloan. Lane 2, Savannah Brooks. Lane 3, Michael Cohen. Lane 4, Maddie Johnson. Lane 5, Lucy Banks. Lane 6, Roy Pletcher. Lane 7, Elijah Mail. Lane 8, Erica Lewis. Ladies and gentlemen, lane 4 still out in front. Their anchor, Marin Hatfield, is in the water. Lane 5 for St. Clairsville. Luke Stack, their anchor, is in the water. The anchors for lane 1, Lucy Thorne for Zanesville. Lane 2, Tri-Valley's Annika Collette. Lane 3, John Glenn's Liam Quinard. Lane 4, Marin Hatfield for Newark. Lane 5, St. Clairsville's Luke Stack. Lane 6, Riley Crooks for Crooksville. Lane 7, Maysville's Leela Hawk. Lane 8, Tri-Valley's Kendall Buckner. According to our scoreboard, first place is lane 2, Tri-Valley, with a time of 1 minute, 56 seconds. Second place, lane 4, Newark's team with a time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Third place goes to lane 5, St. Clairsville, with a time of 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Rounding out our race, lane 7, Maysville, time of 2:21. Lane 8, Tri-Valley, time of 2:22. Lane 3, John Glenn with a time of 2:33. And rounding out our race, Zanesville in lane 1 with a time of 2 minutes, 40 seconds. And Crooksville in lane 6 with a time of 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up tonight's swim meet. We thank you very much for attending. We hope that we were able to meet your expectations. It was certainly our desire to bring you as much action as we could. Hopefully you were able to see your swimmer swim. Hopefully your swimmer did a personal best. Again, we thank you so much. We give thanks to the Muskingum County YMCA. We thank you to the swimmers, the coaches, all the volunteers that helped make tonight happen. Again, the Muskingum YMCA, and first and foremost, we give thanks to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, in this time of Lent, as Easter approaches. Please remember to visit your church. We thank you for Get On My Level Ministries. With Gabe Hines, this is Luke Davis, signing off. Join us next Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, also to let you know, sorry, I just thought of this. There were 4 total meets. That's tonight. Next Friday, we will be taking off Good Friday. And if I can get the calendar to come up, I believe it is, I think it's April 9th and April 16th. But it's next Friday we'll be here. The following Friday is Good Friday. There's no meet. Then the following 2 Fridays after that, we'll wrap up the middle school swim meets. Please join us for those. Again, we thank you for your time. God bless you. May you have a wonderful evening. Thanks again.